Hello, you vocally sexual turkeys. Jim Sterling here, and this is Into the War. Now, we last looked at this game when it was in early access back in May, and the game had, and still has, mostly negative reviews, because back when it was in early access, it literally didn't work. It was pure abandonware. So I'm actually surprised to see it on the front page of the Steam store today, out of early access. This is the final product. Last time, there were literally no servers. The whole thing had just been kind of, as I say, abandoned. The developers gave up on it, but it was still on Steam being sold, yet unplayable. So I'm a little confused to see it. I noticed there's a single player. I don't believe there was a single player before, so we'll start with that, I guess. I don't know if that's... Okay, I heard some clicking. I don't know if it's loading or anything. One funny thing about it is, even though it's out of early access now, everything on the Steam store page description still says that it's under construction, that the game's still in development. So I don't know how. I'm starting to think that the single player is a, as it the internet says these days, a false flag. It's not doing anything. Yeah, there we go. We click on multiplayer and it instantly comes up, and there's nothing there. Yeah, that's the only button that works. No room created. Create, okay. If I remember correctly, like I said, it's been a while. We never got so far as to even get into a map on our own. Yeah, that's nothing. Let's host room, shall we? Jim Sterling's room. Create game. Okay. Well, this is going to be more gameplay footage than we had last time. But I've got to say, I'm shocked. And I always assume that I can't be shocked anymore. I'll join Delta, why not? Oh, for God's sake, this is one of those fucking ones where you have a controller plugged in and it all goes haywire. Fuck's sake, right, give me a second. Christ's sake. And we are back. Here we go. I can't stand those fucking games where if you've got a goddamn controller just plugged in, it makes the game go off its fucking head. But anyway, this is more than we got last time. When it was in early access, you couldn't even seem to be able to get this far. There are no players. Nobody's playing it. Even if it is it's less than $2 right now. MSRP $1.99, I believe, but it's on sale right now. I guess because it just launched. And what a hot launch! Oh, the game has gun sounds. That's good to know. Yeah, all the gun sounds you could hope for, so that's good. At some point I will be capturing some footage. I'm playing it on PS4 though. I know, boo, all that. Capture some footage of the old Rainbow Six Siege, which I've been playing. Only had a little time with it last night. They got the review copies out sort of evening time. At least they got my copy out evening time, and I know quite a few reviewers didn't get code, which is always, not always I should say, but often a worrying sign. My early impressions of the game, it's not bad, it's fairly decent shooty bang bang stuff, but good God does it feel like it should have been a free-to-play game, like a proper one, not the fee-to-pay thing they're doing with their microtransactions in a paid game. I'm going to have to do maybe my next video, my next Inquisition will be about the recent... Oh, we got a jetpack. The recent trend of multiplayer-only games that we've had coming out. Battlefront and Rainbow Six Siege have kind of eschewed campaigns in favour of pure multiplayer focus, and people are disappointed in that. There are opinions to be had on the matter. And I might have those opinions. What's this fucking thing anyway? Can't collect it. Always worth shooting it. So yeah, this is Into the War. It promised parkour, but I don't think a jetpack is parkour. I don't think double jump really counts. Oh, that was horrible. So I'm feeling a lot better anyway. Mentally, my brain's come back to me, which is good. Actually, funnily enough, after I did the Just Cause video yesterday, which had a bit of a mixed response, I started feeling a lot better throughout that day. I'm very gunked up still. I've got a bit of a cough in the old chestal region. Do ladders work? No. But otherwise, I'd say I'm up to 70, 75% full strength, which is good, because I'm going to be in San Jose next week. Going to be hanging around the Gamer X convention. Just putting in appearances, got nothing planned. But kind of happy about that, because, you know, ever since I moved to this country, my immune system's been shit. I never used to get sick in Britain. But as you all know, I tend to get... Whenever there's a bug going around, I will get it these days. And the last time I did a trip that was more for personal enjoyment than work, I ended up with pneumonia. Or at least suspected pneumonia. They couldn't quite tell. But it was the sickest I'd ever been. And it was the first vacation I'd had in years. So that was a horrible time. It was a great, 3 days I had before I succumbed to the hellish pestilence that filled my body. Which, you know, if you've seen my body, is a lot of pestilence. Hellish or otherwise. But that was pleasant. Going home on the plane, while still so sick I could barely walk, was not fun. But there you go. I'm not bitter about it. So anyway, that's to say is I'm kind of glad I'm sick now. I got sick around Saturday, because it means my immune system is going to be in top fighting form when I'm travelling and doing convention stuff. So I do not anticipate being sick again. What are the odds? So I'm just going to be walking around, mouth wide open, sucking up their germs while I'm on the plane and while I'm on the convention show floor. It's going to be great. So as you've probably suspected by now, this video's turned into yet another story time with Uncle Jim Jim. Because there's fucking nothing. Into the war? Into the bore, more like. But, yeah, review season is kind of over. The worst of it, anyway. Obviously, I've got Rainbow Six, but I'll be able to get back to D&D. I haven't done my tabletop gaming stuff in, quite literally months now, I think. We're actually kind of skipping, because we were in the middle of a big war for our city of Greygast. The Thranish Empire had more or less been winning the war, and I'd come up with a plan to form a La Resistance. We can't go that way. So we're kind of, since it's been so long, I love watching the trees pop up. Literally pop up, like they're in a book. Oh look, we took some damage. Shit, the enemy's closing in. But yeah, we're going to skip ahead to just our city's now under Thranish occupation. And we're going to lead La Resistance. We're all planning what our characters have been doing for 6 months. We've got one of us is going to be going back to his pirate roots to form a battalion to attack from the seas. My character, Kozard Crade's going to have remained in the city, kind of becoming a Robespierre-type character, leading a vicious rebellion. My character's not altogether good, so the rebellion will be dubious in terms of moral compass. Be very much of an ends justify the means type thing. It's all going to be good. Anyway, I think we've kind of demonstrated all that needs to be demonstrated. Literally no one's playing it, as far as I can tell. I may be the only person in the world playing this. Maybe I'll be the only person in the world who's ever played it since it came out of early access. Who knows? But even if there were people running around here, it wouldn't look like much of a good shooter anyway. So that's Into the War. Still bad. Still kind of unacceptable. Considering this thing's had since May. At the latest, because it was out before I covered it. So it's had since May, doesn't even have a single player yet. And it has a multiplayer that no one's playing. Into the War. I'm shocked that they even had the gall to bring it out of early access. Why didn't they just leave it in its little abandonware cupboard? Shameful. Shocking. Steam!